Hey, thank you for tuning in. And today we're going to go over the 6 most affordable cities to live in the Inland Empire. My name is Justin King, and if you're thinking about moving this way or you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can send me a text, phone call, email, whichever. All my information is below. This channel is about everything living in the IE. Working, eating, living, entertainment, recreation. We try and cover it all, so feel free to subscribe and hit the little bell button to get updated for notifications. We do have people reaching out quite often now, which means the world to me. Thank you so much for that. So if there's anything I can help you with, I would be more than honored to help you with your real estate goals. All right, so let's dive into today's content of the 6 most affordable cities to live in the IE. Don't forget to stick around to the end because I'm gonna have a few bonus cities that very easily could have made this list. Also, this list is in no particular order. There are quite a few cities that I wanted to add. I made this list based on homes that were right around or below county average. A few cities were omitted just because I felt like the infrastructure wasn't really there. So I was looking for more built-up type communities. So areas like Mentone, Nuevo, and Banning, I decided to omit. All right, now city number 1 is going to be my hometown of Moreno Valley, nestled just east of Riverside and kind of tucked in between the 215 and 60 freeways. It makes it possibly the most commuter friendly on this list. The market and demographic stats go as follows. Over the past 6 months, median sales price was right around $519,000. Total homes sold were right at 618 units. And the average days on market for the past 6 months was 12. Kind of some random notes. The median income for the city is $73,600, and the average rent is right around $2,100. Mobile used to be called Sunnymead. It was built around the March Air Force Base and became incorporated in 1984. So it's got a healthy mix of some older homes. A lot of the homes out here were built in the 80s and 90s. Although we do have quite a few newer communities still being built. There's a lot of stuff built like in the 2000s and 2010s. But really a lot of those tract homes are, 80s and 90s style. All right, number 2 on the list, we got Calimesa. This actually is one of the smaller cities on our list. It has a population of a little over 12,000, which is up from 7,000 only about 10 years ago. But I wanted to add this one because this community is growing and very aggressively. There's quite a few newer communities being built in the city of Calimesa. So in the past 6 months, the median sales price in Calimesa was about $535,000. Total homes sold in the last 6 months, like I said, it's a smaller city, so total home sales were 47. Random notes, the average income for Calimesa is right around $61,000, while the median rents average about $1,550. Historically, Calimesa started as a small rural town with mostly single-family homes and ranches. With the completion of the I-99, which is now the I-10, which actually runs out to, I think, past Texas, almost to Florida, Calimesa really started to take on its own identity from its neighbor in Yucaipa. Public education for most of Calimesa is provided by the Yucaipa-Calimesa Joint School District. The southernmost part of Calimesa actually has its school district covered by Beaumont, which is directly to the south. All right, number 3 on the list is going to be San Jacinto, right at the base of the San Jacinto Mountains, and home to Saboba Casino. Stats for the last 6 months go as follows. Median sales price was $460,000, which is quite a bit affordable, more affordable than some of the other areas. Total homes sold over the last 6 months in San Jacinto was 331, and that is with an average days of market of 21. For the area of San Jacinto, the median household income is $62,000, and median rents have gone up quite a bit over there. They're just now under $2,700 a month. And a little bit of info on San Jacinto. It is a little more on the secluded side, as it doesn't touch any major freeways or highways. So the way there, Ramona Expressway will drop you right into there, or what's called Lambs Canyon coming out of Beaumont. And San Jacinto has a lot of older homes, but it does have quite a few newer communities. And one thing I will point out about San Jacinto is the taxes, especially in the newer communities. They're not as high as places like Beaumont. Like, they still have a lot of the newer homes with like a 1.2% tax base. And their HOAs over there are a little bit lower than some of the other neighboring cities. All right, number 4 on the list is going to be Running Springs. I was a little hesitant to add one of the mountain communities because it's kind of fringe IE, but I thought it was important to note at least one mountain community, because I get a lot of people looking out this way that are more interested in going up the hill. And going up to Running Springs really isn't that bad. It's just directly north of Highland. It's one of the easier mountain communities to get to. It's more on the backside of it. So for the past 6 months, the median home sales in Running Springs were $375,000, which is the lowest on this list. And the total home sales over the last 6 months in Running Springs was 74, and that's with an average days on market of 38. One of the reasons probably for the higher days on market over there is the mountain communities tend to move a little bit slower. And the median income up in Running Springs is about $75,000. While the median rent is about $2,050. And as mentioned before, Running Springs is kind of at the base of the mountain, so it's a lot easier to access than say like Big Bear or Lake Arrowhead. The population is also pretty low up there at about 5,200 people. Homes and cabins up in Running Springs actually make really good Airbnbs, or I see a lot of people use them as like kind of a second home or like a vacation type home, as the area is obviously very scenic and open to tourism. All right, number 5 on the list is going to be San Bernardino. San Bernardino is one of the older cities on the list. It was incorporated in 1851, and also the biggest on this list with a population of 222,000 people. San Bernardino City actually has a really big footprint too, at 59 square miles. I also thought it was important to add the city to the list because of the age, so you're gonna have a good mix of older homes, newer homes, kind of middle of the range homes also, which also gives you options for, different types of neighborhoods or types of areas you can live in. So in the market stats for the last 6 months on San Bernardino, the average sales price was $455,000. And with that said, I should note that there are areas going for around $1 million in the actual city itself. And then you also have other areas, with condos where you could get like in the low to mid 200,000s. Like I said, the city is very diverse. So the total homes sold over the last 6 months is 721 homes. And that is with an average days on market of 14. They move pretty quick there. And then some of the other miscellaneous stats for the city, the average income per household is $70,000 a year. And median rents are actually pretty low, kind of considering the other areas, at $1,750 a month. Little random tidbits about the city. It's home to a university, my alma mater, Cal State University of San Bernardino, go Yotes. And there is also a JC, junior college. The city also has its own speedway that hosts quite a bit of events out of there. And then there's a minor league baseball team, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim affiliate, the 66ers. The 66ers, of course, named after the famous Route 66. All right, and number 6 on the list, Beaumont. This is the easternmost community on the list, and it was incorporated in 1912. Over the past 6 months, the average sales price has been $500,000, $500,000. And the total homes sold over the last 6 months is 429 homes, with an average days on market of 26 days. And then random tidbits, median household income in Beaumont is the highest on the list at $92,000 a year. And the median rents in the area are $3,400 a month. Also the highest on this list. Beaumont has been expanding very aggressively the last at least 15 years. And they're still expanding like crazy. They have more new communities than probably any other city in the Inland Empire. So if you're looking for newer communities or homes that are under 10 years old, Beaumont's probably going to be your best bet, because it is definitely the best city for homes that fit that want. Okay, so these lists are incredibly tough to make. Whittling down over 50 cities to about 6. I always feel bad because I know there's a few I missed, or there's going to be a lot of disagreement. So just if you disagree or there's something that I missed, throw it in the comments and I'll comment back. So with that said, why don't we jump into some honorable mentions? Cities that I really had a hard time throwing on the list, but for one reason or another, I just felt like the other 6 were a little more deserving. First one is going to be Paris, California, Perris. Paris also has a healthy mix of older homes and newer homes. There's been quite a few newer communities being built there. Really around the 2000s, they started trying to clean the area up a lot more, and it even built a pretty nice little downtown district over there. And you can even find homes, craftsman style homes built in the early 1900s, and that kind of on the other side of 4th Street. Second city that I wanted to add, but I just could not really put it in my top 6, would be Riverside City. It would have been the highest priced city on this list, but I do get a lot of folks reaching out to move to Riverside for the affordability compared to where they're coming from, like the LA and Orange County areas. And third on the honorable mentions is going to be Fontana. Fontana is a direct neighbor of Riverside, Rancho Cucamonga, and Ontario. And while it's certainly more affordable than those areas, it's higher priced than everything else on this list. So that would put it right into the upper mid section of affordability. So with that said, I didn't feel right putting it on the most affordable. And number 4 on the list is going to be Hemet. Hemet is located a little bit further out than most of the other cities on this list, and it's direct neighbors with San Jacinto. If you're looking at homes, typically San Jacinto and Hemet kind of get merged into one area. The one that Hemet would have battled it out with is Running Springs. Running Springs is a little bit further out, and Hemet is a bigger city, but I felt that Running Springs just kind of deserved the edge, just to add a little diversity to the list. So to recap, we had Moreno Valley, Calimesa, San Jacinto, Running Springs, San Bernardino, and Beaumont as my list of most affordable that we covered. So let me know what you think about the list. If you have any more questions about this area, about any of the cities we covered or did not cover, leave a comment, shoot me a call, send me a text. And again, my name is Justin King, and if you enjoyed this video or learned something from it, or you know somebody that you think could, please feel free to share it with them. Also, don't forget to subscribe, as I put out new videos weekly where I cover everything IE. What I'm going to start doing is covering more kind of city by city area, so you know what you're looking at, just because the IE is such a big area. I want to make sure to give as much information as possible on it. Also, I'm here to serve and support you on the highest possible level. If there's anything I can do for you in the meantime, feel free to reach out. But until then, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.